What is going on, my fellow dirt obsessed, hard riding, good time having buddies from YouTube? Let me preface this video by saying this is not the kind of video that Dirt Obsession wants to put out. We like to put out videos of our rides and going fast and having fun and breaking stuff and fixing stuff and all that kind of good stuff. So why am I sitting in front of a tree in my backyard with a glass full of good old Kentucky nectar talking about four-wheelers? Because I don't have a four-wheeler. It's been about a month, going on a month, like 3 January, yeah, about a month since I took the Sportsman in to the dealer to get it worked on. Here's why. I'm going to do a quick update on the XP1000. Got about 18 hours on it, I think, pretty close to the first service period, and I am having kind of an issue with it. Wanted to update you about, full disclosure and all that. It's had some sort of clutch issue going on with it right now. When I go to put it in gear, it's pulling in idle and it doesn't want to shift. So I'm gonna hop on and flip it on, show you all what it's doing. We just got done riding and filming out of Blue Holler, and I'm about to take this in and have it serviced. I imagine whatever's going on with it is under warranty, but I'll show you. It's in low right now because it doesn't want to shift. Let's see, I'll put my hand on the brake and try to shift it when parking brake is on. Anyway, let me start it up. So you can hear the belt rattle in the background. Parking brake is on. Can't shift it for nothing. So I'll take it off. I'm kind of uphill, so it's not gonna pull. See, even moving it around, shaking it. Can't get it in gear. So I put it in reverse. Reverse seems to be the worst. Pulling real hard. I feel it wanting to pull right now. I'm just parking at an incline, so it can't. So anyway, that's the issue I'm having with it. See the 18 hours, 7 hours till it needs a first service, but I think it's a one-way bearing or a clutch issue. Probably tearing my belt up, so hopefully it's warranty work. I'll update you and let you know. So I got the Sportsman from Lexington Motorsports in April of this year. It's a 2018 version. It's the Havasu red baseline. I've not done anything to it. Still stock. Been on like maybe 5 rides. It's got less than 20 hours, and it is completely unrideable. It's out of service. Started hearing the belt kind of do a whining noise like you heard in the video. It started getting really hard to shift. Took it in to Lexington Motorsports, and when I dropped it off, I told them what I thought it was. I'm not a mechanic like Too Fast Matt, but I am pretty good at research, and I've been on the Polaris forums, and I've seen a whole bunch of people having the same issue as me, and what they're saying is the one-way bearing and the clutch is going. It's seizing up, and it makes the machine completely unrideable because you can't shift it. It pulls hard at idle, and it's just a bear, and the whole time it's just tearing your belt up. So it's not a good situation. I told them that when I dropped it off, which is neither here nor there. They have to go through their motions with Polaris, and Polaris told them to switch out the shims. Okay, so I wait another week and a half or so, and they switch out the shims, and I call them. They don't call me back. Call them to find out what's going on with it, and they said, well, it's the one-way bearing in your clutch, which is what I said when I dropped it off, because this is a common issue in the Sportsman, in the XP1000. So the fellows at Lexington Motorsports told me that they contacted Polaris, and Polaris agreed to do the warranty work. They're going to do a full clutch change and send me a new belt and everything, and all that's great. It's all good, except that the clutch is on back order. They don't have any, so I don't know if it's such an issue they just don't have the parts laying around, or if they're selling so many units that they don't have any excess parts going around. But I don't know how this isn't a warranty recall at this point. If so many people are having the issue, and it's on the parts on back order, you know, they can't keep it up. They can't keep the part in stock. Presumably, I'm making a lot of assumptions here, but presumably because people are having issues and they're having to replace them. So anyway, it's on back order. The fellow at Lexington Motorsports says he's got it on rush order, and as soon as he gets in, they're going to work on it and get it to me. And I believe, man, Lexington Motorsports, they're good folks. I bought a few bikes from them, and I've always had good luck, and you know, I really think they're doing right by me. But I called Polaris because I'm starting to get frustrated, man. This is a $12,000 four-wheeler, and I'm at a month without it, you know, potentially 6 to 8 weeks without having a new wheeler. So, you know, you're getting into ruining the entire summer. You know what I mean? That's a lot of missed rides. We don't ride every weekend. We're lucky to ride every other weekend. So you're talking about 4 rides out of, you know, the 12 that we maybe get to do together out of the year. You know, together I mean all of the Dirt Obsession guys, because it's awful trying to get your whole crew together sometimes. It's just pain in the butt. But anyway, I called Polaris and I talked to customer service, and I wasn't on hold or anything, man. I got a hold of them real easy, and you know, they're pretty apologetic. You know, they're empathetic. Yeah, that sucks, man. I'd want my four-wheeler too. Right, but you work for the company that is putting this shit out. And I mean shit, like quite literally, like the freaking clutches are going bad in them, and you don't have enough of them to replace. And I'm happy for Polaris being an American company, and you know, their 2017 first quarter sales to 2018 have improved dramatically, and they're putting all kinds of press releases out about how well they're selling, and their off-road industry is 66% of their business, and you know, they're narrowing their motorcycle margin. All that's good, man. I'm happy as hell for Polaris. I'm just frustrated that I've got to go almost an entire summer without my brand new four-wheeler, and I traded in a perfect reliable four-wheeler on it. So that sucks. But all right, I'll try to stay on track. So I talked to the fellow from Polaris, and he says, "Hey man, I got good news for you. On the 10th of July, we're getting more of those parts in stock. So we'll get them out to your dealer, and when your dealer can get it into the shop, you know, he's gonna fix it, and you're gonna be all good to go again." Well, that's awesome, but this is July 3rd, man, and you're talking about the 10th, and then you got to ship it to my dealer, and then my dealer's got to fix it, and then I get it back. So how long is that going to take? I mean, we're talking at least, let's say, 3/4 of the way through July, you know, at least 6 to 8 weeks without a new wheeler. And I probably sound whiny, and there's probably a whole bunch of comments that you should have bought a Can-Am. Maybe you're right. Maybe I should have bought a Can-Am. Hey, if you think I should have bought a Can-Am, let me know which model I should have gotten. I don't want an XMR. I don't need a mud-ready machine, which is why I didn't get a Can-Am, because that's, you know, that's what they're selling the most of. Those Canadian boys are hucking those things into the mud and doing super awesome videos, man. I love watching those Canadian, like Elemental ATV and ATV and NOS ATV, man. Those are cool vids, but that's not our style, dude. We're trail riders. We're in Kentucky. We just don't have mud. We like to ride the trails. And when I bought it, I really thought the Sportsman is the best four-wheeler for me, for how I like to ride, and I still think it is. It's a great wheeler, you know. A lot of the components are built great. I love the ground clearance, you know. I like jumping the thing, and I'm a hefty son of a bitch, dude. I weigh like 275, so when I come down on those four-wheelers, that's a lot of force from the top down, you know what I'm saying? So I wanted something beefy, and the XP1000 is beefy. there's a lot of things I like about it. That's why I bought it. I'm just frustrated that now I don't have it, you know, for potentially 2 months. That's crazy. So, anyway, there's a lot of people out there that are having good luck with them. And if you haven't seen them yet, the North Country Boys, he's got the 2017 model. He's modding the crap out of that thing for mud. He's making some killer vids. And you know, that's freaking awesome. CW Hobbies, constantly doing the drag race videos. That dude's had a ton of luck. He's also put a lot of money into that 2017 model, but man, I think he would sing its praises. And the how-to guy got the same exact wheeler as me. He's modding the crap out of it. Doesn't look like he's had any issues. So there's guys out there that aren't experiencing this at all. But my experience so far has not been good. You know, and I was singing its praises early, which is why I'm putting this video out. You know, I did the walk around video, and that's doing pretty well. And then I did the comparison to the old Grizzly I had, and at that point I hadn't experienced any of these issues. So, you know, I was really loving the Sportsman, and I do love the Sportsman, man. When it's running, it's an absolutely great wheeler. It's just not running right now, which is super frustrating. So I can't in good conscience not put out a video like this telling you what kind of issues I'm having when I put out videos singing its praises, because it's not all good, you know. And if you don't put out the bad with the good, you know, the crap that you're going through with it, then what's the point of doing reviews, man? I'm not trying to be a commercial for Polaris by any means. We're just Dirt Obsession, dude. We're just doing our thing, and trying to show you what's going on with the stuff when it goes on with the stuff. So that's really it. Damn, man, I'm having some issues with my wheeler, and I want my wheeler back. Right? I don't want to freak out or nothing. And let me just say this. You know, I've been drinking the Kentucky Nectar, and I feel like ranting. I'm not a brand loyalist by any means. This is my first Polaris, so this is my only experience with Polaris. And right now, if somebody asked me if they should buy a Polaris, my answer would be a resounding no. Now, that was different a month ago, and that might be different 2 months from now. But right now, it's a resounding no. Hell no. I've had the thing for April, May, June. It's about to be out of service as long as it has been in service, and by that I mean running, rideable. You know, it's about to have been down for as long as it's been up, and that's absolutely no good. Like I say, my opinion on that matter might change, you know, when it gets fixed. If it's fixed for good and I'm riding around, I'm having a blast, and I'm not thinking about clutch issues or when I'm going to get my wheeler back, I'll be a happy man, because I really think that it is the biggest and the baddest for the type of riding that I do. Now, like I say, if I was mud specific, I might be going for, you know, the high lifter version or an XMR, but that's just not what we do, man. So for what we do, I do think it's a great four-wheeler. I'm just super frustrated, man. I'm frustrated this should be a recalled part by now. A lot of guys are having this issue. I mean, to the point where they don't even have these parts ready to order. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on now. If you're running out of parts, you're having an issue, and this should be a recall. But I digress. That's for Polaris to decide, man, if they want to do a recall on this part that people are having trouble with. And you know, the frustrating thing is, if you want a big bad four-wheeler like I want, then you've got three options. You know, you've got the now Textron TRV or the Mud Pro. You've got the Can-Am Outlander or the Renegade, or you've got Polaris, and they're the only ones making the big ATVs. And there's a lot of people saying that they want big ATVs, so I don't understand why, you know, the Japanese manufacturers haven't come out with something bigger. You know, there's been a lot of rumors about Yamaha coming out with an 850. Suzuki just redid their Quad King, and you know, their whole redesign was like some improved plastics, man, and some stuff that they're claiming that doesn't really seem to be reality, even with the, you know, the paid for review guys that are out there riding those things. So are the Japanese manufacturers going to come out with a 1000cc four-wheeler that can compete with, you know, the stuff that Can-Am and Polaris are making? I don't think so. I really don't think so. I think the ATV market is it's not where the money is anymore. The freaking side-by-sides are killing it. And side-by-sides are awesome. And I've really considered getting an RS1. I know not a true side-by-side, but if I were to take the leap to join the dark side, so to say, that would probably be, you know, the one machine that interested me most. And it's Polaris, and I'm freaking mad at Polaris right now, so I ain't even gonna take that jump. I ain't even gonna talk about it. I'd rather just, you know, go get a Grizzly again. I never had problems with a Grizzly, but again, I digress. And I gotta say, man, I hope beyond all hope that the Japanese manufacturers do come out with some bigger bore ATVs than a 750. And I know 750 is probably enough. I just don't care. Come out with something bigger, because that's what we want. At least that's what I hope we want. Or the internet might just be a cesspool of people who are talking about that shit but ain't gonna buy that shit. Which would suck, because people need to buy this stuff for it to be profitable for these companies to put out. You know, and that's where the problem lies. I don't think that it is profitable for these Japanese companies to put out these big bore ATVs. Like, I hope it is, because I want one. That's why I hope it is. But it might not be, so it might not happen. I don't think the Japanese companies are going to make a 1000cc four-wheeler. I really don't. I don't think the profit margin's there for them. I don't think they're going to kill it like, you know, Can-Am is stealing Canada. You know, all those Canadian videos, man, they're all Can-Am, and they're awesome. They're awesome Can-Ams, dude. They got Renegades with freaking nitrous, and they're doing crazy stuff with those machines up there, and they're having a blast. And you know, Can-Am has cornered that market, you know, to the point where I don't even think that a Japanese company entering the big V-twin, you know, 1000cc ATV market is going to be profitable enough for them to even jump in to that venture. And that sucks, because there's still some loyalists like myself who want a big ATV. You know, that's what I want. I don't want a side-by-side. I love riding ATVs. All my buddies ride side-by-sides, which is part of the reason why I need a big boy. Man, I gotta keep up with those dudes. I gotta go up the hills that they go up with, you know. I gotta go through the holes that they go. I weigh a lot. I'm a big dude. You know, I got a big beard. I need an ATV that can crush that stuff. And I know there's articles out there saying you don't need a 1000cc. Let me tell you what I need. All right? Let me tell you what I need. I need a big freaking ATV. That's what I want. I'm an American. I want a big ass ATV. I don't care if it's Japanese. Like I said, I'm not a brand loyalist, dude. I got Suzuki and Kawasaki up in the garage. I'm a consumer, and y'all should be consumers. I don't understand the brand loyalty, man. There should be personal loyalty. Those dollars are hard earned, you know what I'm saying? And you should give them to the company that is making the best vehicle for you. Because that's really what it's all about. Who cares what the name on the side of the damn thing is? We just want them to do what we want them to do. You know? So I'm not going to be diverged by some sort of odd perceived notion that I have some sort of personal relationship with a manufacturer. You know, these are corporations. We're supposed to drive what they make. That's on us. We tell them what we want, and they make what we want. I don't have some sort of personal relationship with a manufacturer. I send my hard-earned dollars to the company that's making the best machine for the money, in my opinion. So I don't know, maybe it'll prove me wrong, and next year, like the people are saying out there, Yamaha's going to come out with the 850 V-twin, which still isn't enough for me. It's probably plenty for me. Truth be told, the Grizzly was probably plenty for me, but shoot, dude, they make more, so why not get more, right? I know you feel me. I know you feel me. So let me say this, man, before the Kentucky Nectar does me in, I'm not mad about buying the Sportsman. I'm just mad that it's down. I think it's a badass wheeler. I really do. Man, I think it's great. It's just that make a freaking recall. There's no recalls on the damn thing right now. And it being out of service for 2 months is freaking unacceptable. It's unacceptable. So just think about that before you buy it. Because there are definitely more dependable machines out there. But I don't know if there's more of a... I don't know if any of the machines are better trail riding machines. I don't know if they can jump as well. I don't know if they can take the body weight of a, insert superlative here, man, flopping down on the machine like it's a bucking bronco. I don't know. But what I do know is that being out of wheeler over the summer in Kentucky, it sucks. It sucks. Dirt obsession.